Hello everyone, this is Bill Apter down here at Apter's Alley. It is September 24th, 2017, and later this evening, because I'm recording this in the morning, the WWE's No Mercy. And what an incredible card. It's almost like a WrestleMania card, at least several of the events on that. But before we talk No Mercy and I give you my predictions, I got some new books in that I want to plug, because they deserve to be plugged, because they're all terrific. This first one is called, it's from ECW Press, called Is Wrestling Fixed? I didn't know it was broken, and it was this guy Bill Apter. Yeah, that's me. Anyway, the reason I'm doing this is because October 15th, the book will have been out 2 years. So if you didn't know that I wrote a book, comprehensive, complete career retrospective, and I'm still doing this, as you know. I talk about, I write about how I introduced Andy Kaufman to Jerry Lawler, my relationship past and present with the McMahon family, the night Randy Savage almost wanted to kill me, and my relationship with the AWA and the NWA and all the territories, and how I used to do the rankings for the various wrestling federations in the magazines that I worked for. So it's still out. You can get it at any good bookstore or on Amazon.com. And the audio version is available as well, because a lot of the wrestlers that are mentioned in here, in the audio version on Audible, I do their voices too, because a lot of people seem to like, sometimes when I do voices, like the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, if you will, or that Dagan Bruno Sammartino. So okay, so let's talk some other books. From St. Martin's Press comes Second Nature, and this is the legacy of the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, and thank God that he's home now. And bless you to his wonderful fiancée, Wendy Barlow, for, well, shout out to you for being his rock, really. But this is the legacy of Ric Flair and the rise of his incredible daughter, Charlotte. And this book paints the highs and lows of both Ric Flair and his daughter in a way that is so moving, and how their how his career has affected everything she's done, and what she has done to fine-tune her career, and things that happen in their personal lives. And it's just, it's an emotional roller coaster. It really is. That's the best way I can put it. I'm going to read you very quickly from the press release. Ric Flair is a 16-time world champion. Well, we know all this. Anyway, it's a great book from St. Martin's Press, and I highly recommend it. And Charlotte Flair, by the way, is currently doing a book signing tour. So if you just go to Google and put in Charlotte Flair book signing tour, go see her in person, get it signed, tell her Uncle Wonderful Willie says hello. All right, 2 more books. From the people that published my book, Is Wrestling Fixed? I didn't know it was broken. Bertrand, that's ECW Press, Bertrand Herbert, did I pronounce that right? Pat Lepardet and George Toombs, that's easy, have put out a comprehensive book on the career of Mad Dog Vachon. A lot of you millennials watching this are going like, who? Mad Dog Vachon? Probably one of the greatest bad guys, heels, in the history of professional wrestling. Again, this is it's a really, really great read. So much I learned about Mad Dog. I knew him, and somewhere I've got a classic audio tape with him that I will run eventually if I can find it in the Apter archives. But great book. ECW Press puts out another winner. And finally, this to me, when I got this a few days ago, this is absolutely, absolutely everything you need to know about the WWE. And this comes from DK Publishers, same people who put out the WWE encyclopedias. I have to tell you that I'm a big fan. Okay, I'm a big mark for the smart talk, right? I'm a big mark for these kind of books. This is just top shelf. For example, there are everything you want to know. There are things about all the way back from Bruno Sammartino to all the current superstars, and questions like, how many times has John Cena headlined WrestleMania? What is Sasha Banks' signature move? What was Stone Cold Steve Austin's superstar name before he became Stone Cold? And which superstar won the first ever Royal Rumble? Now, some of this, a lot of you people go like, come on, we know that. There's a lot of people who don't. And the photography and the layouts in this book are just, I mean, take a look at this. And just absolutely, you want to come closer? Okay. And you know that I spent most of my career shooting ringside photography. The photography in this is sensational. And again, the facts that you will learn, things that you... Let's pick a couple of random ones, okay? Let me see here. For example, when was Degeneration X founded, and who were the members of it? You can find that out here. Let's go to, my favorite part is the superstar profiles here. For example, the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Everything about his career. Now, some of you people are going to say, come on, this is, you know, Bill Apter, there are some things that are not correct here. So I want to give you the mentality. This is about the WWE. So when you see in Ric Flair's profile that Ric Flair, his debut match was in 1979, I'm looking for that page right now, 1979 at Madison Square Garden against Pistol Pete Sanchez. You people are going to go, that was not Ric Flair's debut. The mentality, here it is. And again, another great picture of him with the figure four leg lock on Stone Cold Steve Austin. It'll say debut, Flair defeated Pete Sanchez on March 1st, 1976 in Madison Square Garden. But we all know that Ric Flair was National Wrestling Alliance before this. So this is all WWE, so don't throw stones and say, oh, they didn't know when Ric Flair debuted. This is all about their WWE careers. So I can't recommend this higher. Well, I can put it up higher, of course. So again, it's put out by DK Publishing, who have put out the WWE encyclopedias. Okay, let's move on now. What you're waiting for, the main event right now, is me or us getting to the predictions. The predictions for No Mercy. All right, the main event. Now, what I'm going to do is we have someone who does the written predictions, Don the Predictor Murphy. No relation to Dan Murphy from PWI. Some people have asked me this. So he predicted all the matches. So I'm going to go down his predictions and see if I agree or not. Of course, the main event is the WWE Universal Championship match. Brock Lesnar, I love to say that, defends the Universal title against Braun Strowman. Why not? All right, so I'm really looking forward to this because these are two guys. There's no rules as far as they're concerned, even though there are rules. Well, two of the biggest guys ever in the business. I mean, both these guys would have been such great opponents back in the WWF days for Bruno Sammartino, Pedro Morales. Vince Sr. loved these type of wrestlers. Anyway, the Predictor, Don Murphy predicts no contest. This is going to be like a free-for-all, a Pier 6 brawl, as we used to call it. My prediction, I agree. No contest. Something's going to happen. We are not going to get the satisfaction of a clean victory from either one of these people, either one of these wrestlers. John Cena against Roman Reigns. It's been a war of words. I mean, really, you've got the insults have been flying the past couple of weeks. These guys don't like each other at all. The predictor, Don Murphy, predicts that Roman Reigns will indeed defeat John Cena. I agree. I think that John Cena is going to lose this one. Roman Reigns is going up. John Cena is going down, but it's just that Roman Reigns is still on that quest to become the iconic Roman Reigns. All right, I know a lot of you people don't like him. Hard worker, and personally, he's a great guy. The WWE Raw Tag Team Championship, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, who are the current champions, defend against Sheamus and Cesaro. So before I look at Don Murphy's prediction, I predict that Cesaro and Sheamus will take the belts tonight. So the predictor, Don Murphy, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose retain their championship. I just see some... You know what? I'm going to change it. He's right. He's right. And I can see something happening maybe with Sheamus and Cesaro. And both of them, I think, need to break out and just become single stars. So I know they've tried this before, but now it's time. So I change it. I agree with the predictor that Rollins and Ambrose will retain. The WWE Intercontinental Championship match, The Miz against Jason Jordan, the son of Kurt Angle, who doesn't suck, by the way. The predictor, Don Murphy, says the Miz retains the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Agreed. Agreed. Jason Jordan, terrific, great technical type of wrestler, but I don't think he's got what he needs to become the Intercontinental Champion. By the way, congratulations to Miz and Maryse, I love to say her name, for your upcoming baby stuffs here. The Raw Women's Championship match, Fatal 5-Way. Alexa Bliss, who's the champion, defends against Bayley, Nia Jax, I've said Nia in the past, she didn't like that, Emma, and Sasha Banks. The predictor, Don Murphy, predict Alexa Bliss to retain the championship. I'm going to pick a dark horse here, and I don't know why I'm doing this. I think Bayley is going to come out of this winning. The kids need her back. Kidomania needs her back. Singles match, Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. Predictor Don Murphy says Finn Balor defeats Bray Wyatt. I concur, unless there's a run-in by somebody and Finn Balor gets screwed somehow. The WWE Cruiserweight match, Neville, and I always say I really like him, even though he's a bad guy and he talks like this. He defends the Cruiserweight Championship against Enzo Amore. I like Enzo Amore. I know the guy. He's a great guy, and he gets beat up all too much. He really does. Unless some divine intervention takes place and the skies open up, Neville will retain the title. And the pre-show match, Apollo Crews against Elias Sampson, whatever. The predictor predicts that Elias defeats Apollo Crews. Yeah, gonna go with that. They're really pushing him. Some people pronounce it Elias. Actually, the guy that owns Manhattan Bagel in Willow Grove, same spelling, it's Elias. So, okay, that's Willow Grove, Pennsylvania. So that's it, my predictions, and I also gave you perks reviews on the absolutely everything you need to know about WWE. Again, very, very comprehensive. We talked about Mad Dog Vachon, one of the best little bad guys. He wasn't in the midget division, but he was small compared to a lot of other guys. Great book out of VCW Press. Then, of course, from St. Martin's Press, the Second Nature, Ric Flair and his daughter. By the way, I do want to mention that this was, it says with Brian Shields. Brian Shields is a brilliant writer. He has written so much stuff for WWE and also a lot of stuff not to do with pro wrestling. He's one of the best authors there is. So good friend Brian Shields, and I needed to mention your name because you're terrific. And of course, is wrestling fixed? I didn't know it was broken. My book's still available at good and bad bookstores and on Amazon, or get the audiobook. You get the audiobook even if you read the book, so you can hear me doing all the wrestling voices, if you will. Bill Apter down here at Apter's Alley, September 24th, 2017. Bobby Heenan, we miss you. Yeah. See you at the matches, and there will be no mercy.